All right. So we can probably see if we can find somebody that can help us decipher the map. All right. So can we ask? What was the barkeep's name?
Mouse over him, you can see it.
Can I? Oh, that's better.
Did it show?
No, it didn't.
This is his name? Did I change that? Oh, I know what I did. Yeah, this is what happens.
Baldric.
when you hover over. It should always for everyone. How about that?
Nope.
There we
It
go.
just says bartender.
Oh, it's because
But
it's not identified.
Barkeep.
Yeah,
There you go.
his name is Baldric, though. I found
Yeah.
that. All right. Well, I'd like to approach Baldric and ask him if he could direct me to what do they call them? Cartographers? Are they called
Yes.
cartographers here? But see if there's a map maker in town that might be able to help us decipher something.
There are no in this town. It's too small for something like that. I mean, this is not what he's saying, but this, in short, that's what you learn. There's just not enough people in this town to keep a
Okay.
cartographer in business. Anybody that would be able to help you would probably be
The temple or the druid?
Thorn Thunderstrike or his apprentice.
The wizard.
Yeah.
The wizard.
I think we should go see the wizard. Have we visited the wizard? I can't remember.
You haven't seen him, but you've spoken to his apprentice. In fact, that was kind of what I was going to say. Is that's how you guys were introduced to Arcus?
Is that a sneeze?
Sorry. Yes,
Sound
it was.
like a sneeze coming on.
It was. I was hitting the button so you guys wouldn't hear it. So that's how you guys were introduced to Arcus. He's kind of one of his traveling or adventuring sort of apprentices that he has. He sends out Arcus to work with, other adventurers such as yourself to look for things that might be of interest to him and bring it back for research purposes and so. Arcus is the guy that you guys will have use of whenever Bill's not around.
Does Arcus know anything about this map?
Let me see. What is his skills? No, unfortunately not.
What about this ion stone? Does it need to be identified?
Is it? If you can see that it's an ion stone, then it's already identified.
Okay.
If you hit the edit button on it, it'll show you what it does.
Okay, yeah, I'm scoping it out right now.
Yeah, if you look at your details, it's probably got an effect on you that increases your dexterity, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh my gosh, it does.
Yeah, it's been a while since we played. Were you here when we last played?
I think I was here, but I think I might have logged off 5 seconds after we ended.
Yeah, I want to say that you weren't around whenever that happened, so I should have watched the video for the last game just to kind of catch up, just to remember, but I didn't. So yeah, that's what it does. It improves your dexterity. So you may want to look and see if everything looks right on your thief skills. This should be though.
Would my armor class go down from 18 to 19?
I don't think so.
Okay, because it didn't seem to. So
no, I think in fact 20 may not even do it. It may need to be at 21. I don't remember. You'd have to look at the book. So something else that I did while we were on hiatus is I did code some new things into the system. If you look at your gear, so you wear padded armor, yeah? So if you go look at your armor and go look at attributes, and this is for all of you, go look at your armor and then go to the attributes tab on your armor. And if you look, there is a new section called armor style. And that is just, the phrase is kind of weird, but it's basically to use weapon versus armor. So when somebody is doing piercing against your padded armor, and they get +2 to hit. Nobody else, the other two don't get a modifier at all. But if you look at like studded leather, does anybody have studded leather? Does Jason have studded leather? I think Jason had studded leather.
It's slashing and piercing. I changed it. You can change it on
Just
the bottom.
leather.
So someone doing a slashing attack against me gets -3 on their roll.
Yes.
That is
Oh yeah. So Jason has leather armor too. So one of the things, I mean, if you guys look at, you guys want to pay attention a little bit more to that. And the reason being is I was looking at something like studded leather. If you go look at it in the item browser, maybe you can see it. Let me see. I want to look at it so I'll make sure I'm telling you the truth. So plain studded leather. Oh, it's not set. Oh, we'll fix that. There it is. So studded leather applies a -2 to slashing and a -1 to piercing. So that infinitely improves studded leather. I mean, if you think about it, because there's not a lot of guys. I mean, there are things that use bludgeoning, but there's no bonus modifier. It's just a minus for the other two and none for. So you get AC. What is it? 8 armor or is it 7? I can't remember. Yeah, it's AC 7. But on top of that, if they are using a slashing weapon or a piercing weapon, piercing takes it to 6, slashing takes it to 5. So that's chainmail and a slider. So I don't know how that'll affect you guys' choices, but for me, from now on, if I'm playing a guy that's going to wear chainmail, I'm just going to put studded leather on him because it's so much lighter. Unless I get some magic armor or something. And if you look at chainmail, I don't think chainmail was.
Chainmail's -2 on slashing, +2 on bludgeoning, but nothing on piercing.
Yeah, I just gave Sir Finfeld chainmail by mistake. Sorry, I was trying to edit. I'm looking at the item browser. Yeah, so I mean, it makes it to where bludgeoning hits you a little easier, slashing hits you. It's a lot harder for them to hit you. So.
Now I've got some chainmail armor.
Yeah, I accidentally gave you it.
No, you gave me a second set, but my original set was chainmail.
Okay.
And I still have
it's still
that.
There. Yeah. I removed the one that I added you.
Did-
So some of the older ones may not have that armor style set. I went in and I think I set it on all the ones that you guys were wearing. I don't think there was a. Somebody said they changed theirs. Was that Jala? Did you say you changed yours? I don't think there was a.
Yeah, if you hit the edit in the gear tab, and then go to attributes, it's a drop down menu. You can change.
Yeah. So I set all of you guys. There may be some stuff that I haven't completely set yet, like I noticed whenever I was looking at the item browser. So I must not have set it in the player's handbook. I may need to go in there and look and make sure I set that. But you should need to set that. Leather armor is what padded armor uses for armor style. So it also may change your choice of weapons. I doubt it, but it gives a little more option. It's going to be all automated, so there's nothing you're going to need to know about any of that. It'll do it on its own. You'll see the AC may be a little harder to hit. There'll be a modifier. So yeah, you see that WVA in your mouse over to your attack.
Yeah, I see it.
The -2. That's because of his chainmail. NPCs will do the same thing. So if an NPC is using a slashing attack against you, it'll show as minus whatever. So if I had an orc with a sword and he attacked Gunther, he would be at -2 on top of whatever his other AC is.
I can only wear padded and leather, so I'm gonna let somebody that has metal on go first.
Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to be the one to go first every time now.
Yeah, your AC is pretty good now, isn't it?
Now that I can use
-1.
scimitars, I'm gonna start chucking my spear more, I think, and then pulling out the scimitar.
So that's one of the biggest things I think that you guys will notice. There's a lot of other stuff on the back end that changed, but nothing you guys will notice.
So I want to go back to the temple and donate the money, but I also want to find out if they found out anything new regarding the tome that we left them. I know that there was a lot more to it. If there was anything that might interest us or maybe end up being our next adventure. Plus, we could ask them if they could take a look at this, because I think we've lost sight of this indecipherable map.
Okay. So you go into the temple, and You present them with the jewelry and various coins or whatever it is you're giving to them.
right, I'm gonna
And I
take that
assume you're
off.
doing it. You're doing that to for the Norse
Yes,
side.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Gunner, Gunnnar. I don't like that name as a Norse priest. I won't have to change that. For now, his name is Gunnar. But he says after you donate the things, he kind of holds out his hand. He's got a little holy symbol that he's swinging around that looks like a hammer. Like some sort of representation of our Norse hammer, and it's got incense coming out of it. And he touches you on the head. And as soon as he does, the world kind of goes out of existence, and you're in this white place. And you remember the person that you saw whenever the two dwarves were making your sword? You see her, the Valkyrie person, the dwarvish Valkyrie, their mother. And she says that Heimdall has granted me the privilege of helping you choose your mount. And with that, she turns into kind of this rainbow sort of bridge, just goes off into the distance, and you can see, kind of a horizon and, what you assume is Asgard. And she takes you down this path. And you're kind of just, you're not sure everything is real. It seems strange. Everything is just, beautiful, and you can see, once you get closer, you can see like this giant golden castle in the back, on the horizon, and you can see these wide open plains, and you see these horses just kind of running along. You even see back in the back, you can see Pegasi kind of being tended by various Norse people, and she says, you have your choice of your mount. And she just kind of waves at that. So you see these really quick horses. You see these massive, horses that have Clydesdale sort of hooves and black manes, or completely white horses. You get to choose what your mount, whatever it is, what it looks like, and it's coming from Asgard, which means it's going to be not as weak and feeble as the normal ones. So she just kind of points you in that direction and says choose.
Okay, if we had cameras on, you'd see me sitting here just in awe. Okay.
Don't look it in the mouth.
No, okay, so I'm gonna find one that is just a gorgeous tan color,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll pick that one.
Okay, so I was kind of describing the various different ones,
Black
trying
and
to kind
white.
of, well,
manes.
not the color. Mainly, there's the light warhorse, the medium warhorse, the heavy warhorse, and the heavy ones
Okay.
more look like the Clydesdales. I mean, and I did also mention the ones with the wings in the back. Keep in mind that the ones with the wings in the back are going to be like a light / riding horse sort of thing. It wouldn't be very. It wouldn't be great to, if you're lancing, charging somebody with a lance. It's not the type of horse you want. But
it flies.
And
But
I'm
it
doing
flies.
that because you see that number down there, that last number I rolled.
Uh-huh.
So I rolled, the first one was for Jason because he donated to the church, and the second one I rolled was for you because I knew you were donating. And the horse thing, I'd already planned to do this, but when I rolled that 3, I was like, okay, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to be able to pick something amazing, and you don't have to, it depends on what you want your mount to be, but that's what it is. So you got below 5% on a roll when I was doing like a sort of deity sort of intervention thing. So he happened to notice that you were donating and you've done all this other things. So.
I am having a hard time with this, guys. Pegasus does fly, but the
Yes.
heavy warhorse sounds.
And keep in
freaking
mind that
awesome.
Asgardian heavy warhorse is not going to be like a normal one. It is going to be stronger, better, tougher. He'll be a badass. He won't be able to fly, maybe, but he won't. He's going to be a lot stronger than your typical warhorse.
Yeah, and heavy war horses, can't they like do some limited combat?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to pick one of those heavy war horses.
Now you can get armor made for your horse.
Oh,
Barding.
son of a gun. Okay.
Let me see if I can find a decent token for this. And I will put it on the map just so you can see it. 1 second.
Oh, is he going to sit in the inn with us? I'll buy him a beer.
I can put him outside just so he's not breaking your concentration. Where?
Tell him to watch out for the wyverns because the wyverns like the horse meat.
And you said he was brown?
Yeah, brown
Tan?
would be all right.
Tan.
Yeah.
Tan.
Yeah.
He's tan, solid tan with a black mane. Tan mane. What you got?
The black mane sounds cool. Solid tan with a black mane.
Solid tan with a black. Trying to see if I can find one with. Oh, here we go. Okay, so unfortunately, when you have barding, you can't see his mane.
That's all right. We'll see if an AI can generate an image of him.
I'm gonna change his name. Let's set the token. Always for everyone. And let's see. Let me do some math. 1 second. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm gonna stick him in the. Oh, that's not supposed to be that. Why did it do that? Oh, I didn't do this. It's kind of a little disappointing that he's not bigger than you, but maybe I can. Let me change the size. Make him a little bigger. Let's see. Appearance. Let's see how big this is.
He's a little mini war horse.
He takes a. There we go. How's that?
Oh,
That's
that
bigger.
looks cool. That looks cool.
Yeah, he's pretty big. And they do. Let's see. Let me fix this.
What's his name?
Yeah, that's something you'll have to decide on.
I
His
gotta figure
hoofs do D8 each. He has 2, so he can make 2 attacks a round, and he does a D8 damage each round, or for each attack. So he's got 2 attacks. That's what it looks like. And I put him in barding.
What do you mean barding?
Comes pre-armored.
Oh,
Yeah. And I did that again. This is because you didn't pick the fly one, but so we gave him barding. I don't know how that affects armor class. I'll have to look it up because I'm not familiar with barding. But the token is going to show him with barding and everything. And there's also, I don't have any mechanics to have you on him and riding him around and he follows you around and all that stuff. So I don't know how that's going to work. I think it will be a lot of, you just presume that you have him with you, and
okay.
if you and him separate, we'll drop him on the map,
Okay.
or move him up next to you or something. But otherwise, we can maybe just have him on the side, and you can do the targeting and stuff for him.
All right.
So let's see if I can configure ownership for you.
Now the thing is, I've got 2 riding horses too, so that are stabled. Well,
Do you have a squire? Oh no, he died.
yeah, he was more of a groupie, not a squire. He just followed me.
You're talking about Hans and Franz.
Yeah, Hans and Franz. One of them we lost early on, but then the other one followed me around for a while, and we lost him. But
Well, eventually you're gonna have a squire who will need a horse.
yeah, but I kind of like your idea about renting a manor because
Yeah. With a stable.
yeah, because I mean we're getting bigger than life here. We're gonna need a little more, and I think we got the fundage to do it.
So I kind of shorted you on the the picking and everything, but so you get in there and you spend some time with all of the horses. And you eventually you said I like these really large, monstrous, huge horses. You find one, you're kind of walking around looking at each one of them, and one of them just kind of walks up to you like he owns you. He knows who you are. He is, you are his, and whatever. So he kind of comes right up to you, and after you guys kind of make your connection, the Valkyrie takes you and the horse and leads you back across the Rainbow Bridge. And the next thing you know, you wake up. and you just know that your horse is outside.
Yeah, now I got to go read about the mount because I know there's some stuff where I don't call him, but he knows when I have need. I got to go
Yeah,
read that. I got to read a
if
bunch of
you've
that.
ever read the Thomas Covenant stuff, have you ever read
Yes,
that
I
stuff?
did. Oh,
So you know
yeah.
the horses in there where they knew when you were going to call them before you called them, and so if it was going to take them a week to get there, they would get there. That's the way I see the horses. I know that sounds, for those of you guys that haven't never read them, and I wouldn't blame you if you hadn't. They're hard to read, but that's the kind of way I see their horses.
Hard to read. I
So,
love those books. Now I got to go back
well,
and reread those.
well, it's I mean, they got some pretty rough. It starts off really rough with some things
Yeah.
that a lot of people
Well, because it's kind of
wouldn't
dark.
be comfortable with.
That's what it
Yeah,
is.
yeah, it's very dark.
Beginning.
Yeah.
But they released more books. He released more books beyond the 6, beyond the 2.
Oh,
series.
I've read them all, man.
I haven't read those, so I'm going to go back and read those.
Yeah.
So, all right.
It's good stuff. So,
All right. Well, that's understood. Okay. Now, can
so
I
you
ask?
were going to ask questions about other things. I'm sorry, I got distracted
Yeah,
there.
no, that was exciting. That was very exciting. I wish I had the camera on and you were recording that because you should have seen my jaw dropping. Okay. The tome. Is there any new news or anything regarding the tome that we left?
So
that
Kansu is the person. Aminet Kansu was the one that was looking at that for you guys.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
The one because the Norse people aren't familiar with hieroglyphs. They're kind of more of a runic. Just kind of imagine Viking sort of language. That's kind of what they're familiar. And the Egyptian side, they're more familiar with hieroglyphs, which is what's around the edges and on the book. The book itself, she tells you, is, she says, it is a amazing discovery, but it is something that should not be allowed to exist. It's she is a follower of Anubis, which is a god of death. They lead you on to the great beyond. And when I say god of death, it's not like most people assume god of death means you're evil. No, they just, they want you to go live your happy afterlife. Kind of like going, Norse people don't think, dying in battle is bad. It's like, okay, we're going to go to Valhalla and fight forever sort of thing. The Egyptians have a little different belief. But so this book basically teaches you how to make mummies. And for her, not good. For their
you mean like
religion
the
in general.
undead mummies? The undead
Right.
Not the
No,
regular mummy.
not how to make put them in the grave sort of. This is how you prepare a funeral. They already know that. This is how you do certain rituals and things and dark
sort of
magics.
tome.
Yeah.
All right. So would you suggest that this book, you said it shouldn't exist, should it be destroyed?
That's what she that's what she says she would like, or actually it's not her choice. She's not the head, the priest here. She is she works with what's his name? She is the person that does the funeral rites for the Egyptian folks in this town. The high priest is, oh wow, I'm not even going to try to say this. That's his name. Akhenaten?
Yeah, Akhenaten.
That's his name. He would tell you that it should be destroyed. It should not, be allowed to, nobody else should be allowed to use this book. Obviously, it was used where you guys were at because there were mummies all over the place. One of the things that we didn't cover when we last played, whenever you guys smashed all those canoptic jars, you guys saved yourself having to fight 3 or 4 other mummies. I don't know if you guys picked that up, but yeah.
I kind of picked that up because they were kind of slumped in the corner.
Yeah, they were just kind of waiting there for you guys to kind of walk through, and we're supposed to harass you in those that maze area. You guys smashed all their canoptic jars.
Yeah, I picked up on that. So I want to ask her about. My goal here is is to ask whether or not we need to assist in destroying this book, or is that something that you can handle? But either way, I got to make sure that if this is an evil tome, I need to make sure that it gets destroyed.
Akhenaten and Katsu both can destroy the book. There's nothing you guys, there's nothing special. They would just, do some blessings from Anubis and then burn the book. Actually, all they technically need to do is burn the book, but, being religious, they want to.
Is this something that you guys are going to do then?
It's not our book.
Whose book is it?
Yours.
Okay, then I am more than happy to let you destroy this book, but I would like to oversee it. Can I be present when it happens?
Absolutely. We'll do it at the full moon tonight.
All right, we will be back then.
Okay.
All right, now what was it?
The map. Just say the map.
Thank you. Yeah, indecipherable map. Thank you. Okay, the map. Can I show it to her, and could she help us understand it, or do I need to go back to my side of the temple?
Akhenaten and Akhenaten and Katsu, they recognize some of the symbols on the edge, the hieroglyphs, and they do kind of indicate, and I kind of gave you a little more information than you guys knew, but it's kind of like a map, sort of, not coordinates, but it slips from my brain right now, like when you have these little icons on the map and tell you what things are what.
A legend?
Yeah, a legend. And I think, gentlemen, last time you were the one that reminded me what they were. So it's a legend of various things on the map, but there is no map in the middle. And they're like, I don't know, it's like, it looks like somebody started to make a map and put the legend of little things that are on it, and then there's nothing there. She says, like, this indicates a building, this indicates, a bridge, this indicates, a gate, stairs, she's kind of pointing out these various things. And some of them kind of look like what she's talking about, but some of them, they look completely odd. You don't understand what they mean. What she says doesn't really register as something that it looks like to you.
Or sorry, I'm taking notes.
Does the legend, I'm going to call it the legend now, does the legend take up the whole piece of paper?
No, it's just like there's like on the edges. The middle of the map, the middle of the scroll is empty. Yeah.
Could it be like a secret note or something? You got to heat it up with a candle?
Yeah, or I don't know, and they don't know how to, if there's no.
Was it magic? I can't remember. Did we detect magic on it?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
We can go back and ask something you can do that.
I was gonna say right now.
Jolliman can do that.
Be worth it, but I tell you what, if somebody has to pee on it, not me.
Pee on it? Why would they have to pee on it?
That's how you get the secret magic to unlock. You got to pee on it.
Or soak it in a barrel of urine.
Where is this from? Where is this from?
I don't know.
I think I saw it on The Office. If you're an Office fan.
Oh,
I think so too. Yeah.
I did not see that. I watched the UK version, much better than the American one. If you guys, and even then, I couldn't make it through the entire season. So very uncomfortable. I'm not in a reality TV shows. Just make me super uncomfortable. So, anyways, go ahead.
I'll cast detect magic on it.
It is magic.
It is magic.
Yes.
All right.
Or it has magic cast on it.
We need some sort of divination spell.
You think the wizard could help us with that?
Maybe, yeah. Like, more than I can.
All right, so we may have to go back and talk to the wizard.
My assumption is you have to do something to get the map to show. What that something is, I have no idea, which is why I think you would need some sort of divination spell to figure it out. But I'm way out of my league on this one.
All right, so I say we go find the wizard. Let's go find the wizard.
Yeah.
Or
okay.
Wasn't
I got 300 silver in my pocket, burning a hole in my pocket. So.
Okay, let's see if he'll unload you of some of that silver.
All right, so you guys go to Thorn Thunderstrike's tower. And you guys are greeted at the door by Naomi, the same person that you guys had met before. And she says that Thorn is not available, but why are you here seeking his assistance?
Show her the map.
All right, so I show her the map.
Okay. She looks at it and let's see. Oh wow. So she's this is not she whenever she's looking at it, she casts a spell kind of like detect magic that you did, and you kind of hear similar language whenever from what you cast, Jalaman. But these little kind of I want to say sparks, but more like like those little globes that when you touch them, the little electricity comes out. It's kind of like that. She's just kind of moving her hands over, and you might actually see some some hidden lines kind of showing up in the map, in the middle, and you can tell that there's something there, but it's so brief you can't tell what it was. And she says, "This is not arcane derived magic. I can't help you." She says, "Perhaps," and she
But that
points
does help
at,
us.
yeah.
So-
she kind of points to Jalaman and she says, "Perhaps Alaric can assist
Yeah,
you."
that's what I was thinking.
somewhat."
Yeah, we need a high level cleric or druid. Yeah. So off to Elric we go. Oh, I'll give her some silver. How much silver should I give her?
Are you asking me?
I give her at least.
Are you
100.
asking?
I'll give her 100 silver.
She thanks you. Kind of waves her hand and it disappears like like one of those those guys that can make coins disappear in their hands. That's what happens. It just kind of goes away. All right, so you guys are going to go see Alaric in the wild wood. It is still kind of early in the day.
Finfall, you ride your horse?
Are you riding your horse?
Why not?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, he seems happy to be out. And it kind of seems like as you're riding him that, you don't really need to, you just kind of think left and he goes left. You think right, he goes right. You think gallop and he gallops. There's no hitting him in the side to make him go faster or slower and any of that. In fact, you say back, walk back in your head, and he'll walk backwards. I mean, it's like you have some communication with this horse in your head. You don't get anything back. You don't hear anything in your head telling you what he feels, but obviously he understands what you want done, what you want to happen. He does seem a little proud, whenever he's very, his feet hit the ground. He's very aggressive as far as movements, and whenever he stops, he's like he hits the ground really hard, and if there's other horses around, his head is up really high. So, anyways, and you guys make it out to the grove where Alaric Wildheart is, and he's there at the grove.
I thought Elric might want to see the horse too. I don't think I've ever seen a horse like this, so I thought he might want to see it.
No, he hasn't. But he knows it's not from here. He can kind of sense something it's not natural to him. So it's not something he's very interested in. Not that it's, I don't know. It's just not natural to this prime material plane.
Not of this plane, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's show him the map.
Sorry, I'm rolling some dice. So he looks over the map, and he does something kind of similar to what Naomi did. And he's kind of moving his hands over the map, and his eyes are closed. He's not really looking at it, and nothing really happens on the map. But he says that this is for a location in the swamp that holds some significance to whoever created this map. He says, I can't, whatever is here, I can't make it visible. He can't make the map show itself. But he says, if you can give me a few days, I will see if my friends can. And as he's talking like this, he's kind of like, he's like, his eyes are closed, his head is tilting, and he's like looking, or you get the impression he's just kind of looking around somewhere. But his eyes are closed. But he says, I'll see if I can have my friends try to find where this is.
Yeah, absolutely. What else do you need? Do you need anything, or is
He
anything
just
else
says,
we can do?
give me a few days.
Oh, okay, off we go. Off back to town we go, I guess.
So was there anything else? I know at late night, at full moon, Sir Finfall's going to go back to the temple, and you guys will take care of the forbidden book. But what are the rest of you guys doing? Anything else? Or do you guys just want to go to whenever the several days, so that Alaric can do his research?
I don't have any other business that I can think of.
No, I don't have anything.
Okay.
There's nowhere here we could like buy potions or anything.
I guess the wizard would be your best chance. There would be my guess.
Yeah, so I was gonna say there's the only two places that would have something like that would be maybe Alaric would have made some potions, some herbs and some forest plants and created some sort. But if it's not something like a potion of healing or something like that, they're not gonna have it, because they're very specific to their needs. This is a small town. All they need to do is if somebody gets crushed by a wagon, they need to be able to pour, that's kind of their use case. They're not looking to create flying potions or invisibility potions or anything like that. That answer your question, Jason? Jason?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah. I was getting.
Okay. All right. So you guys wait a couple days. That night, Sir Finfall, you witness the book being turned to ash. Nothing out of the ordinary happens when it's burned to ash, but
And I
you
feel
good
pretty
about yourself.
confident that it was the book. Nobody tried to trick us or do anything underhanded.
I'll tell you what, give me a blind roll for a wisdom check.
Let me get blind GM roll, wisdom check. There you go.
Give me another one. Actually, give me a blind intelligence. Sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to ignore that one. Okay. So whenever they bring out the book, it looks a little different. And you bring up that fact I don't know. Do you bring up that fact to them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's the
So you
reason
bring
why
it
I
up.
came. I wanted to be there.
And Consu was like, "Oh, you're right." And she immediately tells what's his name? Let me scroll back. Akhenaten, and he casts detect. He basically does what Jalma did. He casts detect magic on it. It's no longer magic.
Oh, so what happened to the original book?
He immediately turns to Kansu and casts a spell on her, and after the fact, you know that he is casting a detect lie. And as soon as after he casts it, he says, "Did you switch to books?" And she says, "No," and he seems to accept that fact. But after all this has gone on, they kind of he explains what he's doing. And the words for the spell, I mean, you're kind of you are kind of in that sort of realm of divine sort of spell casting. So I mean, it makes it seems to jive with what he was saying. But they are going to need to figure out what happened to the book because it's gone, the original. And the one that they have looks to be the same. The writings are all the same, except for the things that actually make it the the abomination that those that Kansu thought it was.
Okay, so I want to look at him and said, you better get your house straight, and you report to me as soon as you find out something.
Wow.
Understood. He seems just as upset as you.
Give me what I need to know, and I will go find the book.
I'm not sure what that means. What do you mean? Give you?
Well,
And this is me
give
as
me
the
the
DM, not
information I
the
need.
guy.
Yeah, as soon as he figures out what happened to the book or gets any kind of information about what happened to it or where it went, I need to know.
So what's going to happen is he's going to end up doing a locate object to try to figure out where it is. Not it's not this evening, when they were planning to get rid of it. But he's going to try to do a locate object and figure out where it's at. Doesn't mean he can say who took it or anything. He'll just know.
No, that's no problem.
Where it's at.
I just want to know where it went, and I'll go.
Okay.
But I get a funny feeling it's going to be where that map leads us.
So you're going to wait a couple of days. I mean, obviously you guys are going to wait a couple of days because you need to for Alaric. So
Yep.
Next day, you go back and you're hounding them, saying, "So what'd you find out?" And he tells you, Akhenaten says that we traced it to the hills, somewhere in the hills, and he looks at Kansu and they kind of both nod at each other, and he says, "I think that the cultists stole it." And the cultists are the ones trying to raise, the ones that are trying to raise Nefertiti.
The dragon.
Yeah, it's a necromantic book. It makes sense. That's kind of where he's going. But you haven't got to the other part, with the druid. But
okay, all right, no, understood. Okay, well, all right, let's figure out what the druid said and see how much of that aligns.
Okay. So if you could just wait, we can go ahead and go to that part. You just want to wait the remaining time? Okay. So you guys do. You go back to the grove, and he says that I sent my friends to the area where I sensed that this map was indicating, and I saw the swamp. He said that he sensed it in the swamp, so he sent his friends to the swamp to look where this was, and he said they found a dark grove, and to Jolliman, that tells you it's something that's not. Yeah, it's sort of a witchy thing, not a druidic thing. It's like druids and witches don't get along at all. They're kind of like almost opposites. I mean, they don't go around burning giant forests down, but they are the antithesis of neutrality or nature or any of that. They're like demons, devils. They don't care, curses, all that sort of necromancy. They will use whatever they feel like, and druids and them don't get along. So he kind of feels like this is what that is. And while and again, he just used the words friends were there, he saw the lizard men of purple scales were there. He says it's some place of power for them. So not related, not in the same area at all related to the.
Okay, that's what I was going to just ask. Yeah, are these related?
Swamp and the hills, not anywhere near each other.
So we've got 2 missions.
Are the cultists looking for this lost city? Could that be a possibility?
I think if it helps them in their goal, maybe.
I asked Alaric, what was this lost city? Who were they? What kind of people were they?
It's something that has been rumored to exist, but no one has ever seen. The closest thing that has been connected to that is the underground tomb that you guys found, that you followed the lizardmen to. That's the oldest thing that that's ever been discovered near around the swamp that he's aware of.
Did the dragon die around the time of the city? The lost
Not that you're aware of. The dragon is probably a couple hundred years ago to you. And as far as he knows, the swamp has been there much longer than that.
So these could be 2 totally different situations.
Yeah, I think the cultists took advantage of us finding the book, is what I think. Like they'll probably take whatever advantage they can get, right? And some ancient tome on necromancy about raising mummies when they're trying to raise a dragon from the dead is something that they'll take, right? They got
Yeah.
spies in town or whatever, and they figured we're throwing money all over the place. So I think we get the immediate need is probably to try and get the book.
I would agree with that, because if it still exists, those lizard men and everybody that supports it, including those witches, are going to try to get that book as well.
Right, and that's in their hands right now, whereas the Lost Grove or whatever is, probably not in their control. So let's take care of the immediate danger, I think, if we can.
Yep,
But how do we
I
find
agree.
them? I mean, in the hills is pretty vague.
Well, we can
Yeah,
start where
that
we
was
found
something
them.
I was gonna clarify, is that they were not, and they couldn't get any more specific than it was in the hills. But as far as Alaric, he is very specific on where the location is. He says, he can tell you, he can send you out with, and there's animals all over around him. He just kind of holds out his hand, and this raven lands on his arm, and he says, what's his name? Restore can take you to the area that I was talking about.
Which is the swamp area.
But he doesn't know anything about the book, right? Elric doesn't.
No.
So we don't know where to go.
Well,
For the book,
Well,
no.
let me-
For the map that you showed him, he knows where. Well, he suspects he knows where this area is indicating.
okay, I'm going to say two things, one in character, one out of character. Okay, the first one in character, we know where the cultists probably are going to be, because we fought them before over the big, huge dragon bones that were there.
And you think they might go back there? Yeah,
Maybe.
okay.
I mean, that would be a good place to start. Now, my second comment out of character, if the GM is trying to lead us in a different direction because he doesn't have the other one set up, yeah, maybe we should go to the swamp, because a dang bird just landed on the arm of the druid and said, I can show you exactly where it is.
I mean, that seems a lot simpler.
And it's a raven.
A raven, yeah. Okay. All right. So we may have the direction that we're going, right? Towards the swamps?
Yeah, are we going to be able to take horses into the swamps?
Unfortunately, that's probably not a good idea.
No.
That's what I didn't
Have you seen the Never-Ending Story?
think.
You probably don't want to take horses out in the hills either, because wyverns. If you'd like to take the boat down the river to get closer, yeah,
Yeah, find that
and
dude
then
again.
Restore will kind of lead you once you guys get down the river near where it's at.
Restor was the boat guy?
No,
That's the bird, I think.
that's the raven.
Oh, that's the bird. Okay.
Yeah, the boatman you would need to pay. What was it last time? You guys were charged? I think it was 500 gold.
500 gold to get us down there in one day, or take 3 days to get down there, which could end up running up against something that may delay us or we don't like. But we could end up not meeting anything and getting to know each other better.
So
It's all
the
about
last
Team building.
time you guys went, you paid the guy the agreed upon amount, and he took you out there, and then he came back every day for a week. That was the deal. So that should you guys come back to the meeting spot, he would be there, and you guys would leave.
All right, do we want to do that?
Yeah, let's scope out a boat, renting a boat. The guy to
Yeah,
take us out there. It's
Yeah.
worth checking out.
I can pay it. I'll pay it.
Yeah, I've got some extra money too.
Well, the gentleman that you guys had hired before, he is definitely no longer there. But there are others that are willing to accept a similar deal.
Haggle.
Whenever the offer was made to him. You guys were going to take care of his family if he didn't make it, something happened, and on top of that, you paid him 500 gold. And then for that, he would be there every morning to check and see if you guys were there. He would wait a couple of hours and then turn around and come back, because it takes a good 6 hours for him to boat down there. So he stays down there for a couple of hours and turns around and comes back.
Who wants to take us down there?
Now, there's at least one person that'll do it. There's several people that are on the shore. Most of them are fishermen. A lot of them are older. The only ones that are interested in it are, doing it are probably young, young guys that have a family, and they're trying to figure out a way to provide for everybody. And you throw out offers to them that are lowballing, compared to what you had before, and they're like, "No, sorry, that's too risky." There's trolls and giant alligators.
But of course, we get to 500, and there's somebody that would be willing to do that.
Eventually, yeah.
All right. Okay.
I'll pay half.
Okay.
All right. Just make sure to adjust the amount off your inventories. And when, if you guys are ready to go the following day, he'll be up before the sun comes up, waiting with the boat, ready to take you guys downstream.
All right. I think we're ready.
I'm ready.
Did you guys buy rope? Did somebody buy rope?
I have rope and
I've
one
got rope.
iron spike.
Okay, and what about, did we buy any poles?
I did not get a pole,
That was kind of-
or any checks.
You,
All right.
You can find a stick that's 10 foot long if you really want to.
All right,
Find
yeah,
a
let's get
limb
10
and-
foot
That's a
long
good
stick.
idea.
Go find a
Yeah.
go find a stick, hone it, a small sapling, trim off the branches, and make your own. You're a druid, man. Well, you're a desert guy. You don't know what trees are. You know what bushes are, but you guys can.
I know what a creosote bush is and cactus.
You can make tequila. So you guys are going to head out the next morning. Everybody's got everything that they could possibly need. If you want a pole, make sure to put it on your thing, in your gear. You
I'm
can
not
use
getting
the
a
little.
pole. I have a
You can
spear.
you can use the green plus and just say
I'll do
10-foot pole. It weighs a pound.
I'll do it.
Okay. All right. And I need each of you to give me a 10-sided in the open in chat. So that'll be 3 10-sided, one for each of you.
You said public?
Yeah. You would relevant. All right, give me a D20 Surfinful. One more time.
Wow.
Okay, so you guys are going down the river, and your navigator, he spots something, and he tells you guys to do stuff with the boat. You don't know what's going on. He seems very concerned. So he's telling you to pull in the oars or whatever it is that you guys have been doing other than just sitting there. And he's like, grab this, pull this over here, and he seems to be trying to get the boat to move a different direction, and he does. He gets it to go on the east side of the bank versus the west side of the bank. And then once you guys get past it, he kind of points back, and he points to this. You guys didn't see it, but there was this giant, and I'm not talking about a crocodile. I mean a giant crocodile, which is the things that do a lot, that you guys have met before that almost killed you with a tail swipe. But there was 2 of them just off the shore, and he saw them. That was what the first skill check was. The second one was to get you guys to help him navigate away from him. So you did that. So you made your he made his pay that day. You guys eventually get down to the part where Restor says, "We need to go here," and he's kind of pointing off with his beak in one direction. So you tell the boatman. He kind of pulls it off. He kind of looks around, kind of notes the surroundings, and says, "I'll be back, for the next 5 days to this point, around this time in the morning." And he said he'll stay there an hour and a half, and then he'll leave and come back the next day. If you guys aren't back in 5 days, he's going to assume you're dead and not come back anymore.
Seems reasonable.
You guys prepaid, so he's good. So with that, Restor takes the lead. He kind of flutters around from branch to branch and kind of is leading you guys in a direction. And as you guys move into the swamp, The weather gets much darker. The cloud cover is gray. You move, another probably an hour deeper into the swamp, and you start, your feet are just covered in muck and mud, and the water's getting deeper. And eventually, he leads you to a path, and he kind of alights on a branch right next to the path, and he points in that direction, and he speaks to Solomon, and he says, "It's about a half a mile down this direction."
Is this as far as you're going?
That's as far as he wants to go. You can tell he's kind of nervous. You remember the bugs he was talking about? He seems to be quite nervous about them. And when he says bugs, they're bigger than him. So, whatever it is.
Okay, is there an identifiable path, like that we're on?
Yeah. He was leading you guys down a path that was not in the mud. It was kind of the only place where it wasn't in the mud or in the water, and it leads you off in the direction he pointed out.
Okay. Do I feel like we can navigate our way back to the river from this spot without the
Yeah,
bird?
it would take you about an hour. I mean, you're kind of familiar with the surroundings. You've seen the way the trees look, and even though you are you're from the desert, you still can see you see the differences in the trees and the plants, and you can kind of tell what when you're going the wrong direction. As you were moving in, the plants got more what's the word? I want to say like spikes and viney, and there's a lot more water
Aggressive.
and yeah, that sort of thing. And as if you were going away, they would kind of go towards a more natural sort of foresty sort of plants and that sort of thing. But and it's like I said, it's gray, it's kind of misting, it's very foggy. You can't see farther than about 30 to 60 feet, even with infravision and that sort of thing.
Okay, so I thank him for his service and say we will be off this way. Does he have any further advice for us?
He does say stay on the path.
Okay.
He says there are bigger and more dangerous things in the water,
Okay.
not just alligators.
Okay. All right, gentlemen, off we go.
So you guys travel.
All right.
About 30 minutes down the path, you come to these gnarly looking gates that look like they were probably.
Gates? Is there a wall or something?
There is,
Or is
but it's the path kind of ends in these gates, and the gates are almost look like they were naturally made, but they're not. Something could cajole the plants into growing the vines into this form. But the gates aren't closed. They're just kind of offset. It looks like somebody has either broke them or opened them or something. But, on the, where the gates connect to, you can see these large, long logs that form like this outer sort of fence past the gates, in the direction that you guys are heading.
Are they old? Do I think they're old?
Well, I mean, vines don't, grow overnight into a gate, so they've probably been there for a while. You do feel that the area does feel unnatural to you. Something has done something to the plants here. It just feels sort of corrupted.
Okay, I'll let the others know that this is an unnatural place.
So I activated another map. I haven't put you on there yet. So what does it look like to you? You guys still in the tavern?
Well,
99%.
yeah, 99% unloading the map.
Loading
Okay.
swamp.
Okay. I was curious how long it was going to take, and it may just sit there until I put you on the map. But I'm not going to put you on the map yet. You guys haven't moved in anything yet. So it's raining at this point. Dark, foggy.
100%.
Okay.
You do not own a token in this scene, it said.
Yeah, no, you guys do.
There we go.
You
I
can't-
think the map's loaded.
Yeah, I can see you guys moving your mouse. So.
Oh, it looks like a big map.
Kind of dark.
So what are you guys doing?
Can we not see anything then?
No,
through the
no,
gate?
until you guys get inside. I'm
Oh,
not putting you on the map.
okay. All right. Yeah, absolutely. We need to approach the gate.
I mean, we could look for traps or something, I guess.
Well, we do have somebody with us that can do that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you.
I don't know. I mean, is this a likely trap place?
Why wouldn't you trap the gate? I guess.
It's open though.
Oh well, then it doesn't
It's
matter.
ajar.
It's ajar. Yeah. The whole place is the trap. So I found it.
Good job, man.
All right, I'm gonna go through the gate.
Hey, let me go through first.
Okay, you go through. You go through first.
I'm the tank.
All right. If you guys
Right.
are just going to stroll
The
on
guy
through,
in
I'm
metal
just going
goes
to put you
first,
on the
and
map.
I will follow.
Yeah. Let me put you guys on the map and give me a little bit to. You don't have a light, by the way.
All right. Well, I do have a way to see though. Hold on.
Oh, it's raining.
Yes, it is.
Hey, I do have something on my character sheet. It says I'm still affected by rotting touch.
That sucks for you.
Yeah, it does suck for me.
No, you're not.
Well, there it goes. Okay. Yeah, I must have been mistaken. Sorry.
So
Hypochondriac.
you guys move through the gate, and you can see more vines. It's overgrown. The ground is covered in little vines and large vines, and you can see the log fence all around the edges. But as you move in, I need Sir Finfall. Give me a D10, please, out in the open. Have you pulled out your light source?
Yes, I turned it on.
Okay. So, just outside of the extent of your light source, you hear some sort of reptilian chuffing sort of noise, and with that, they see you because you have this bright light. And I'm going to pull up this and combat tracker and do that. And then let's see if I can do this.
Am I the only one here that doesn't have dark vision?
Usually,
I am
when Hans
such
and
an
Franz
idiot.
were around, they didn't have it either.
Sorry, guys. I attract attention.
Nah, it's okay.
I am going to.
I don't see any bad guys.
Jason, you didn't roll with a weapon or anything else. You just rolled. Yeah, you.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah, I did the same thing. Sorry. I keep forgetting about that part.
Alright. So these guys were on guard, and so as soon as you guys come through the gate, they're going to get to act before you do. It doesn't mean you won't, just means they go first. You guys are going to go after them. So the first thing, and I know you can't see them, but they can see you, but they are moving in, and you will see them shortly. Let's see if I can get this to where I can. One of the lizard men that you've seen before, and you can also see that he has one of those burned sort of purplish glowy marks on his chest. Can you see him now?
Yeah, I can see.
Yes.
Okay.
Indeed.
Oh, he missed.
Oh, too bad.
This guy's going to run up to here.
Holy cow, they can move fast, can't they?
That's only 60 feet, man. He is also going to try to attack with a spear. And that is a hit.
Ow.
That's his jawline for 4 damage. Gunther didn't roll. I'm going to roll Gunther. Alright. Jason, you have 2 purple lizard men attacking your party.
I'm gonna draw my sword and step forward and stab purple lizard dude.
Okay.
Now, are these guys, well, I don't know if they're going to be evil or not, but I'm assuming my aura of protection is in effect.
Oh no!
Whoops.
Alright. Let's see.
My turn?
If in fact, yes, your aura does work. Whether it works against these or not, you don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
Alright, so
All right, I'm going to
miss.
attack this guy right in front of me.
Go for it. Yeah. Ooh, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Max.
Max. Oh, and you took him out in one hit. Wow, he was not expecting that. Huh.
Nice.
He is not going to use any spells or anything right now, so we'll go to the next. He doesn't have darts or anything either. Actually, he will do this. He uses his defensive fallback maneuver. Oh, Gunther. Yeah. Gunther will definitely try to swing with his Warhammer. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Get those rolls out of the way. Ah, John.
Tommy the Train.
I was going to use my bow. Can I still use it if he's right there?
No.
So I will drop my bow and get out my scimitar.
Okay, go for it.
Should I end turn?
No. Do your attack. You said you dropped it. If you
Oh,
drop your
okay, yeah.
bow, you drop it on the ground and switch to your weapon. You can still attack. If you're going to like shoulder it and do all that other nonsense, you'll have to wait till next round.
Hey, it's
That's
not a
nice.
1.
Nope. All right. Well, he is going to attack the guy in front of him that he attacked last time
Rude.
and miss.
I'm going to move forward and see if I can see anybody else
Okay.
back there. That's about it. I guess I could hold my action.
All right, so Finfall.
I'm going to attack this one to the north of me.
Kill it.
Ooh, that's a hit too. You're gonna kill both of them.
Maybe not
No.
quite.
Didn't take him out. Nope. He's moving away.
There it is.
Oh.
Wow.
There it is.
Good lord.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna just keep watching. That's all I'm doing.
Okay. And he is going to try to hit with his hammer again. See if we cannot roll one. That was initiative. Yeah, that's what happens when you don't roll initiative. Oh wow, at least it's not a one. So Arcus is staying. This guy is. You get the impression for a brief moment he was going to turn and bolt, but then that emblem, that mark, kind of flared, and he just turned and swings at Sir Finfall and misses.
Well, I haven't seen anything else, so I guess I'll go back over there and attack him.
Oh, you? Oh, that's
There
Aha.
we go.
Yeah.
No, this is gonna hurt. That's what I thought.
Ooh, wow.
Let's see. All right, so we switched. The two lizard men are dead.
All right, let's check them.
The place. Well, they immediately have, or the first one's already turned into a puddle. The second one's turning into a
Yeah,
puddle.
they turn into ooze.
The area that you're in, the plants and everything smell like they're rotting and dying. You hear creaking of the vines just kind of in the wind. You can hear the rain splattering all over the place. The smell just is very, it's just not pleasant. You hear the sound of buzzing insects as well.
All right, got to
And-
keep an eye out for the big insects.
Yeah. And ahead of you, you see a path that is just shrouded in complete blackness.
Really? Can't see it at all?
You can't see through it at all, no. It's black, like just a black felt tunnel that's there, but it's not a tunnel. It's just black cloud of something covering the path.
That seems odd.
Yeah, I'd say it's something not natural.
Yeah, that would probably be correct.
All right, so could there be anything around here that, like some lever or some thing that might turn this off?
You don't see anything. It looks like just impenetrable darkness. And it seems as you get closer, your light seems to the light seems to bend and just gets sucked into it. It just absorbs whatever light is around it. And as you get closer, it's colder. And in fact, right about there, you can hear these whispering voices. You can't make out what they're saying, but you can hear just like this sound of whispering, ethereal voices.
Spectral?
I'm sorry, was that a question?
Yeah, I'm asking the team. What do you think?
I guess it's like a dark spell or something.
Yeah, like a permanent dark spell. Or...
Yeah.
And you guys
No.
can't see down that? It's not just my light that's
No,
being...
we can't see down it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's pretty dark.
Yeah, and my light source is magic, so I don't think magic light's gonna help.
I mean, I could tie a rope to you and send you in there.
Yeah, you got that 10-foot pole now, so you're good to go.
Oh, let me do that. Let me go ahead and grab that 10-foot pole and kind of stick it in there.
Okay, it goes in. Doesn't seem like there's any kind of resistance when you do it.
Okay, and when I pull it back out, is it still 10 foot long?
Yep, looks unscathed.
Okay, so it's like some type of blindness. Well, if you guys think you can pull me and my plate armor back out, if you need to, I'll do the rope and go in.
Yeah, I'll get my rope out and tie it around you. Tie it around your waist.
Yeah, I think we can pull you out. There's enough of us. We should be able to pull you back. So
Right.
long as nothing too big grabs you.
Yeah, if a giant crocodile grabs you, that might be something different. But
Okay, we'll go ahead and put a rope around me and I'll go ahead and step in.
I would. It's a 50-foot rope, and I would just go until maybe you can see again, if that's possible, or you get attacked, and then just come back is what I would say.
Okay, I could...
If you start frantically tugging on the rope, we'll pull you back, I guess. Unless you want to work out some other signal.
Nah, that's fine. I mean, if I need to get back, you guys can pretty much guide me by pulling on the rope.
If the rope gets cut, what should we do? Come in after you?
Or think about it before you come in.
Yeah, I mean, if none of us can see,
We just leave them in there if the rope gets cut.
Well, at that point, it'll be your decision, not mine.
Okay. What would you like us to do, Sir Finfall?
Well, I wouldn't recommend coming after me if I...
I know,
end
it's
up-
something sharp in there at least. All right. Go on in, man.
Let's give it a try. Okay, so I'll go ahead and tie the rope around me real tightly, and I'll start stepping in.
Okay. You step in, he vanishes. What are the rest of you guys doing?
hold on to the rope.
It seems to be taunt.
I try to call out to them to see if they can hear me, and I can hear them.
You're not aware of what's going on right now.
Okay, all right.
When you move in, it just you're in there. The rope stays taut. It seems to move a little, kind of not like a quick movement or anything, just kind of a little movement here and there.
Is it walking speed
No,
or Finfall moving speed?
it's not like a walking speed. No.
What's it like?
Just slow movement, maybe. If it's movement, it kind of gets a little loose again.
Okay, I pull until the tension comes back.
Okay, doesn't take much.
Does it keep moving out though? And how much rope is left now?
After a bit, it kind of moves. The rope goes in some more, and then it just stops, and then it seems to go like southward.
It seems to go what?
Southward. He's kind of the rope, instead of going straight towards him, it's instead of going east, it's going south.
Oh, it bends. Okay. Is it still moving out?
Then it
How
stops,
much rope is left?
and then it goes loose again.
Okay, I pull until there's tension.
Okay.
Does it feel like he's still attached?
And then you see him pop out. And the only thing that Sir Finfall, as soon as you step through the blackness, it was pitch utter darkness, and you heard nothing but these whispering, just cacophony of voices in your head. You couldn't tell which direction was which. You didn't know that the ground was at your feet. You could see absolutely nothing. Your light source completely engulfed in blackness as soon as you stepped in, and it was ice cold inside. You could see and feel nothing. You couldn't feel yourself.
All right, I'm going to explain that to the guys. That, hey, it's just something wackadoodle.
Well, I'm sure glad I tied a rope. We tied a rope to you.
Yeah. So those lizard
Okay.
guys, they already kind of disappeared.
Yeah, but their equipment
Total.
should be left. But who has the map? Get the map. Get the map out. We'll just whip out the map. Is the map doing anything? Does it look the same?
I've got it. I'll take a look.
It looks the same as you guys saw it the last time. Nothing's changed.
All right, should we take some time to do a thorough check of this room that we can see?
Yeah, based on your description, I don't know that we should go in there.
Because I walk in there, I can't see, feel,
You
know,
can't feel
do
the
anything.
floor, the ground, or anything?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll start looking around, looking for a secret door or a way around or something.
Okay, where are you looking? And give me a blind GM roll on a d6.
I'll start right there on that section of wall right there.
You do not find any secret doors, concealed doors, hidden doors.
I'll start looking up towards the north, see if I can find anything.
What are you looking for?
Any kind of secret doors, anything that might indicate some type of control that maybe turns this off.
Okay, give me a blind GM roll of a 100.
Well, sorry, that was public. I'll do it again.
You do not find anything.
Got any ideas, Jason?
I really do not. This is kind of far beyond my area of expertise. It seems like it's obviously magic. Do we have any way to like dispel magic?
I do not.
Gunther and Arcus don't.
That's a good thought, though.
The magic that made this is not divine. Gunther will tell you that.
Not divine. I don't know. Like, Finfall, do you have dispel magic of some sort?
I have no spells whatsoever.
Yeah, he doesn't get
Is that
spells
like
till
a
like
paladin
7th or 9th.
Yeah, 9th level. I don't get anything till 9th.
Okay.
So the easiest way to kind of explain to you the way it is and something maybe easier to understand. It's like you stepped into space. It just was void of all things that you couldn't see.
Couldn't feel, couldn't sense.
Nope. All you could feel was cold, and hear the voices, and it was so loud. It was just like overwhelming. It really disoriented you very quickly.
We could try one more experiment with the rope.
What would
Tie-
that be?
Tie it around Sir Finfall again, and we grab onto the end of the rope, and you run in as fast as you can, carry as much momentum as you can, and see if you pop out on the other side.
Charge?
Yep.
Yeah, we can give it a try. All right. I let them tie the rope around me,
Okay.
and I'm going to,
Charge through.
step far enough back to where I could just charge.
Okay.
Get as much momentum as I can.
All right. And you charge him. Boop. He's gone.
That's funny.
Oh, I can hear the voices.
Oh, you can? That's scary. Uh-oh. They GM moved
Yeah.
him to a different room.
Yeah, so he, you see him go running in headlong, and I'm not gonna do any movement with him because you guys can see the aura, if I'm not mistaken. Oh no, you can't see his aura, can you?
It's not visible, but you get a message when you move in and out of range.
Right. Yeah, but I meant where he was at. So, you feel the rope just kind of going out of your hand. Something definitely was different this time, and you can feel him going through the other side, or going through, further than he did before. So I'm going to switch over to where the channel he's in and talk to him. All right, Sir Finfall. You there?
Yeah, I dropped into another gaming table and I thought, oh, he's being tricky. Okay.
Well, I'm trying to keep it a little because I wanted a little, I don't know, a little reality,
History?
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you go charging through, and it's like Data and Nemesis. You just go flying through, and you come to the other end, and you hit the ground. You just follow the ground, and the rope is connected to you. In front of you is this tall oak tree. It looks kind of a little. It doesn't look like it's been corrupted like most of the rest of the woods has, but you can tell that there's like this black sort of veiny stuff coming up from the ground into it. And behind it, you can see this light glowing from something. You don't know what it is yet, but you've got the rope attached to you. You've stopped moving. What do you want to do?
Okay, can I stand or whatever?
Yeah. I don't want to pull you out of the blackness, because they'll be able to see you on the map.
Yeah, no, I understand that. So, And I was able to actually hear the voices. It sounded pretty cool.
Yeah, if
Um,
you don't, if you have your mouse, it's ambient sort of sounds. So if you have
Yeah.
the token selected that's in the sound, you can hear it.
Yeah. Okay, and I couldn't tell what the voices were saying.
No, it's
Okay, so
it's
I'm
it's
looking at
like
this tree.
they're just outside of they're outside of the range to hear, but there's so many of them. They're loud, but you can't understand the words. And it may be that it's another language too, but you can't even tell that. It's just there's so much going on, and the disorientation of that space between the areas is really confusing.
Okay, but I can see a light behind the tree.
Yeah,
Okay,
kind
can
of
I
a
start
pulsing.
moving towards the tree a little bit?
Yeah, you can certainly do that.
Okay, so I start moving towards the tree and maybe a little bit to the right of it to try
Okay,
to see what the source of the light
you
is.
you see an obelisk that's giving off this sort of purplish light that's just kind of pulsing out.
Okay.
Anything else?
No, I just want to kind of keep trying to observe and try to move around. As
Okay.
long as the rope
Sorry,
connected.
I'm going back to the other channel and talking to them. All right, so the rope was just kind of flying out of your hands as he was going through, and then it stopped, and then it moved a little bit, and then it stopped again. It was the next movement wasn't really quick. It was just kind of a slow, steady, and then stop. What are you doing?
I want to put tension on it again, so it feels like he's still there.
Mhm.
Is he moving? Is he staying still?
Right now, yes. You feel like he's standing still.
But he's not tugging on it or anything.
Nope.
I'm just gonna let that sit for a while, for 30 seconds or something. Does anything change?
Nope.
I'm gonna start pulling him back.
Okay. Let's see. So as you round the tree and you see the obelisk, you're kind of looking at it, trying to figure out what it is. Um, as you're looking at it, you see some carvings on it, but you can't really tell what they are. And then you feel the rope pulling you back into the black void.
Yeah, I kind of figured it would. So, okay, I let it pull me back through.
And he pops out after a bit.
What happened?
Okay, so I did get to the other side, apparently. Okay, but in the meantime, I heard like a ton of voices, very, very loud. I couldn't understand what they were saying. There was too many of them and they were too loud. But when I emerged on the other side, I did see a tree that was black as if it was similar to the rest of the dead wood, but it wasn't dead. And there was a light coming from behind the tree. Oh, and I just had a thought of something I should have done, but okay. All right. Uh, and when I started to walk around to see what was behind the tree, the source of the light, there was this big obelisk behind the tree that had a lot of writing on it that I didn't understand. And it was the source of the light. And that was before I got pulled back. Now, in hindsight, I probably should have used Heimdall's vision to take a look. But the good thing about this is that my charge got me through to the other side apparently, and without getting hurt.
How much rope got used? Like how far is it to the other side?
I haven't the slightest idea.
That was more of a question for
Oh, okay.
About
Celestial.
3/4 of the rope.
So is it possible? Well, how many people do we have?
Yeah, you and I are thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Well, we don't have enough rope, but if I went through with the rope tied to me, could everybody else use the rope as a guide to get through to the other side? Like if I held it taut and everybody dragged themselves? I don't know that we have enough rope to tie to each individual and pull them through.
So
I've
remember
got
when I
rope.
said you couldn't feel the ground, you couldn't see, you couldn't nothing, you couldn't feel anything but cold.
So in
So
other words,
they
anybody that
wouldn't
goes
feel
into
a
it
rope,
wouldn't feel the rope. Okay.
right?
Yeah, I get it. So somebody tied 50 foot of rope to me. I don't know whose rope that was.
That was mine.
Tomes.
I've got another 50.
Okay. So here's what we do. we tie the rope back to you and have you charge through again. When you're on the other side, you give me like 3 tugs or something. We work out some signal. We then tie. We have tied both ropes together, so we have 100 feet of rope now. We then tie the rope to somebody else and have them charge through, and you pull them through.
Yes.
Right? Okay, until they get to the other side. Then we untie them, re-pull the rope back through, tie it to somebody else, and work out. You understand what I'm saying? Like one by one, we pull them through until there's one person left, and then we're working out signals. Pull now is 2 pulls, and wait is 3 pulls or whatever. And then when we get to the last person, we've worked out those signals. They, tie it to themselves. They charge in, and we pull in all the rope.
Okay, so
That
basically we're
way,
using 2 ropes, an end of it tied to each individual.
yeah,
As I get
it
the-
partially
okay, I see.
tied. No, we have to keep at least some of the rope on our side, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're
So-
tying the rope like halfway through or whatever, and then
So what you're
sending them.
doing is you're
Yep.
tying both ropes to one person
Yes.
Yes,
and pulling them
tying
through,
both ropes
and then
together. Yes,
and then
so there's
you
always
untie the guy, tie him together. He pulls the rope back. You tie another person to both ropes. You pull them in. Just keep doing that.
There's always one
Yep.
end on one side and then always one end on the other side.
Yeah.
After
Gotcha.
we all go through, until the last person.
Are we going to be able to get back?
Yeah, that's a great question.
Yeah,
well, I
to
can
me-
coming back, and I can always charge through again to get to the other side and do the same thing.
Yeah, theoretically, the same process could be used to get back, but I mean, that's a great question. This has got to work first.
Yeah, we'll figure that out when we're trying to leave, unless we're all dead.
Yeah, might be staying here a while.
That's not really a plan.
No, I don't know why the same plan wouldn't work on the way out.
Yeah, it should, unless we figure out some way to disable this from the other side.
Yeah, or
Okay.
there's a way out.
I'm game. I mean,
All right.
So that's the plan.
Yeah, so I've got my rope, so I'll go ahead and let them tie. I mean, I'm still tied to the single rope. I'll go ahead and charge back through to get to the other side. As soon as I get to the other side, I'll take my rope knot and tie it to the one that was tied to me. Give
Mhm.
them a signal with the rope, and they can pull it back through along with the end of my rope, and then we'll just do that back and forth with 2 ropes tied to an individual.
Yeah, that works. I'll go last. I have rope use, so I can tie all the rope, all the knots and stuff.
Sounds good. All right. So Finfall is tied up, and he does his charge through like he did the last time. He goes in. Whoop, he's gone. Don't say anything. And you feel the signal tug to pull the rope back, gentlemen.
Right, I pull it back.
Okay. It comes back. Eventually, it gets tight. You feel him. Something's giving you resistance on the other side. You assume it's him. Who's going next?
Yeah, who wants to go next?
I'll go next.
Okay, I'll tie Jason to the rope, and Jason, run through, and there's plenty of slack. There's more than enough slack so that he can make it all the way to the other side, and I've still got rope on my end. So go ahead and run
and
through.
Sir Finfall is going to be pulling from the other side. At least that's what you guys had said.
Yep,
So
yep.
he goes in. I'm going to put you in there, Jason, so you can hear the lovely voices. Can you hear the voices?
They're kind of faint.
I cannot hear the voices right now.
I can hear them for sure though. Oh, there. Yeah.
Yeah, it depends on where you're standing. All right, so he goes in. Then Gunther goes, and then Arcus goes. So it's just down to you now. And you assume everybody's safely on the side, although you don't know.
That's the assumption, yeah.
And then you feel the signal, that he is ready to pull you through. If you're ready to go.
Off I go. Yep, off I
Alright.
go.
I'll put you in there so you can hear the sounds too.
What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's disorienting. Now we can put you on this side. So I went
Did you
through
not
a
make
lot
it through?
Yes, you made it through. I didn't want you, because if I put him on the other side, you guys would immediately see all his light and you would see him. So I was waiting. I've kind of jammed you guys all in there. I think that's everybody. You guys are in there somewhere. So you can see what he was talking about. There is this giant tree, and you can see that there's these like black veins of just corruption growing up the tree. Behind the tree, you can see this sort of obelisk thing that's giving off a light. Straight east past that, you can see some dark webs and such to the east. To the north, you can see what looks like some kind of glowing bug that's not even aware of you guys. And to the south, you can see another path that leads that way. So, what are you doing?
What's the difference between the brown and the gray? Is that elevation change, or is that wall?
Oh, that's water.
Water, okay.
Yeah.
And the brown is like dirt path?
Yes. And it looks like I messed up on my map here. One sec. So let's see. We'll see if this fixes. I probably won't fix it now because I've already seen it. But yeah. There we go. That's the way it should look.
Ah, now I can see.
Yeah, you were right in the middle of a wall that I'd put there trying to obscure some light stuff. So.
All
I
right.
want to take a look at the obelisk.
Looks scary.
So you look at the obelisk. It is some black, not very well carved stone. It is. It has hieroglyphs on it, and one of them. You see this. There's an image of a bird, and below it is a hieroglyph, and actually there's 4 of them underneath this one. So you've got a bird with 4 hieroglyphs underneath it.
All right, do any of the hieroglyphs look similar to ones that are on that map?
No.
Okay.
I think I'm stuck in the wall.
I don't know where you're at. Oh, there you are, Jason.
Stuck in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, the wall.
kicked
Oh, that
out.
was water.
Yeah.
Got it. Every time I tried to come out, it said I couldn't go through a wall.
Yeah. When I pulled you guys through, I think I dropped you on a wall. That's kind of what messed up the other thing too. So, raven. It's got 4 hieroglyphs below it. Looks like a raven. Kind of looks like the the blackbirds or crows or something maybe. Whatever, kind of the Egyptian sort of depiction of what those things look like. This is what it looks like.
Are all the sides of the obelisk the same?
No, there's just the one side with the bird and the 4
Oh, I
hieroglyphs
see.
on it.
I gotcha.
And
But
the
this
side with
obelisk
the
is-
image is on the west side.
This obelisk is what's emanating light.
Yep. It's kind of that wavy sort of purplish color. What do you want to do?
Northeast or south?
You can definitely see spider webs to the east. North
Yeah,
and
that's a big-
south, you can't really see
big
anything
web.
other than passage.
I would agree with South.
Okay.
I'll follow the guy in the middle.
I'll move these 2 guys here and leave them here. It's swampy and wet. Kind of gets musky, smelly. As you move further south, you can hear the sounds of frogs.
Is that what that is? It sound like some big frogs.
Oh, I do hear them. Okay.
I don't hear him.
You get about
Oh,
right
now-
there,
now
Sir
I hear 'em.
Finfall, and you can see all throughout the ground in here is kind of moving. And you look a little closer, and it's just snakes. Lots and
Snakes?
lots of snakes. And
I
the
hate
sound
snakes.
the sound of the frogs and stuff are coming from the water, but all you can see underneath the brush, the vines, just the muck and mire, you see just a lot of snakes. But off further southwest, you can see another one of those, the light on the obelisk.
Yeah, I can see that further off. Do we really want to try to go through the snakes right now?
No, I mean, spiders one way, snakes another.
Let's go north.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
let's check it out.
one spider to fight as opposed to a floor full of snakes.
We need like a lot of fire or something for all these snakes. I don't know.
Anybody got
I guess I could
fireballs?
talk to one of them.
Oh, that's a possibility.
I'll talk to one of them. I'll ask if they'll let us pass.
So you move up close and kind of kneel down and speak in partial tongue. At least that's what it sounds like to everybody else. And the snake's kind of hissing at you. It says, "This is our breeding ground.
What lies beyond?
The swamp.
Will you let us pass?
I wouldn't stop you. That doesn't
Ask
mean
him
the
about-
rest. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, ask him about the light and the obelisk.
They're kind of dumb. They probably won't know, but I'll ask, what is the obelisk?
What is that?
The stone with the light.
What is light?
What is it? Yeah. It doesn't know. This is its breeding ground. They're not friendly. They're probably not going to let us pass. I say let's go north. We can come back here if we need to.
Yeah, we can always come
Okay.
back.
Okay, sounds good.
Markerson going through it in the back, holding up the back line there. Man, my allergies are just kicking off tonight. All right, so from here you can see, like I was talking about earlier, you can see these bugs, these glowing bugs. They seem to be like going in and out of the brush and the vines, doing something. You're not sure what. They don't seem to be aware of you. They seem to be focused on whatever it is that they're doing.
Like worker bees. Okay, I'm going to keep going north.
Okay. More bugs, more beetles. You can hear these, the sounds of some buzzing that's kind of above you, outside of your vision. Every now and then you'll see the shadow of something just at the edge. You know, there's a couple of them that just kind of zoop and they zoom over your head. It sounds like a buzzing noise, and they're probably about as big as like a medium-sized dog, maybe a little smaller of what you saw.
Gross. That's not good. They don't have those in the desert.
All right, so this to the south of me is water, right?
Yep. To the north of you, though, is a massive growth of thorny vines covered. There, you can see there's a path into it. You can't see it from here. You'd need to move in to be able to see, but you can see just thorny vines just wrapping this whole path leading into it. And there's like this ceiling of vines above that are, you know, covering the entire thing. You can see a couple of vines hanging down, but that's all you can see from here. You can't really tell what's in there until you move a little further inside of it, if that's what you're wanting to do.
Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and move in a little closer.
Okay. I need to move you up right there. Yeah. So I used like the overhead stuff. So you need to be at a specific point so that the overhead junk goes away. So you can see there are 3 paths. There's one, you know, over here, and then there, and then there, that you can try to travel through. The vines they almost seem like they're reaching down to grab all the way. Every now and then you have to, like, you know, the one will hook onto your armor and you got to pull yourself off it.
All right, which way, guys?
Left?
Sounds good
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm colliding with walls.
No, you're moving yourself.
Oh, I see. It disappears when you move under it.
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out and see how it worked, or how it worked out. Sir Finfall, when you, let me see, where am I?
I could hear something different.
The wind blowing through the vines. I'm not gonna move Arcus and go through till you guys get somewhere.
All right, so it looks like I've got 2 paths.
Dark, dank paths.
Is that a dead end?
Yeah, it looks like it's a dead end.
When you get to there, stop.
All right.
You can see underneath the trees some large bugs. They're not like the other ones. These are kind of black with like this red sort of head. They don't seem to notice you right now, but you can see on top of each of them that sort of that symbol that was on the lizardmen. And they seem to be just kind of meandering around one of those obelisks that's giving off purple light.
Okay.
Right now, they don't notice you. They're over here.
Okay, can I sense any evil?
Definitely.
Okay.
You know, whether it's the Beetles or the Obelisk or the thing that's on them, you don't know. You just
Okay.
there's definitely some sort of evil.
Where's everybody else?
Right now, it's just you and Jolliman.
Yeah. What happened to Jason?
He's lost.
I'm a little bit behind you, but the game got paused.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you were moving into animals. Sorry. This is actually kind of hard to move through. Not sure I'm going to use this again.
It is difficult to work through.
It's more irritating.
It's hard to keep everybody together.
Yeah. There's Jason. I'm trying to figure out where. Okay, so he's there. He's there. All right. There we go. All right. So, what's the plan?
All right, I guess I'm going to go ahead and start moving slowly into there. Ready for combat. How big are these bugs? Are they like bigger than me or?
They are 4 feet long. For bugs, they're massive. But
Yeah.
for an actual size, they're small.
Okay.
A size. Let's see. Let me read the description. Make sure I got everything. It looks like there's there's some sort of rotting something around where they're at underneath the obelisk that they seem to be in. Let's see. Black shells, red sort of head, armored piece. But all 3 of them don't. They're all facing towards the obelisk, though.
All right, I'm going to start moving in.
Yeah, they're there. So you get up close to them, and we'll pause it there. Let me select everybody. Add this. So, let's see. Where's this? I'm looking for. So, unfortunately for you, you don't know the anatomy or the combat nature of these particular bugs, but their aggressive position is their butts facing bad guys. And so all 3 of them are facing away from you. And they have been sitting here anticipating your arrival because light, and they're aware of it. And so they took up a position to be ready. You just thought they were, doing nothing. But they're actually waiting. And what they're going to get to go first, and then we'll. I'm going to. Let's see. I can begin combat. You guys can roll. Make sure you roll your weapons and everything. I'm going to set their initiative.
Hold on, I got to change my battery on my headset.
Oh, wow. I didn't even have to re-roll their initiative. I did. Wow, this bug is crazy. Oh, my God. These bugs are... What? They're called... I'll wait till he's back.
I'm back. Sorry.
I have never used these before. They're called bombardier beetles. And basically... and it sounds dumb, but they fart out fire so loud it can stun and deafen you in addition to the fire damage.
Oh, crap.
That's the weirdest
Or
thing.
fiery crap.
Yeah, that is the weirdest thing. All right, so let's see. How far you got away? One
Maybe some Beano?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, in fact, Jolliman's actually in the effect too. So what is there a save? What does it say? Fire off an 8-foot spherical cloud of reeking reddish acidic vapor from its abdomen. The cloud causes damage. Furthermore, the sound caused by the release of the vapor has a 20% chance of stunning any creature with a sense of hearing within 15 feet. So, Sir Finfall, give me a percentile roll. And you want above 15%, wasn't it? Or was it 20? Yeah, you want above 20%.
Blind or public?
No. You'll know. You won't be. You'll be stunned.
All right, so go ahead and make it public.
Yeah.
Percentile.
Yep.
Well,
Yeah, that's above 20. Okay, you're good.
Right, it went private,
Cause,
but I don't know why.
yeah, you rolled above 20. And a chance of deafening creature was not stunned. So you weren't deaf, you weren't stunned. Now give me another roll and do it public to see if you are deafened.
Percentage?
Uh-oh. Well, you are deaf. The blast was so
Okay.
loud that you were deafened. Let me... I think I have a thing here to set that. Yeah, I do. All right, and so I need the additional follow-up to that. Give me a save versus breath weapon.
What? I didn't quite hear that.
Save
I'm just
versus breath
checking.
weapon?
Okay. All right, I'm
Oh.
just kidding. Where's save versus breath weapon in my player sheet?
It's on your main. It's on the saves on the right.
Poison, death,
Breath.
rot,
Save versus
stab,
breath.
wound. Oh, I see it. Okay.
Right next to spell.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, wow. You only take 6 damage. I will take care of that. Alright. And that was that one. The other two, that one's done. This one is going to... What is he going to do? What is their normal propensity to fight? How do they do it? Now, give me a... Sir Finfall, give me a percentile roll. Do it out in the open, please. This is telling me what he's doing. They actually have percentile roll on what he does. Okay, so... he's going to do the same thing that other one did. He's going to fart in your general direction. Give me a save versus spells again.
Spells or breath?
Breath, sorry. Yeah.
Damn.
Dude, you need to work on that. Oh, that one's 9.
Oh my god, guys. These little fart bugs are killing me.
Oh, they're nasty. Now give me another percentile roll. Do 2 percentile rolls. The first one is you're already deaf, so don't worry about that. Actually, you're deaf. The sound is not going to stun you, so not going to need to do either one of them. I do, however, need Jolliman. I need you to give me a breath save once. One of them is close enough for the thing to hit you as well. That would have been the second one.
Public or blind?
Do it out in the open. Save versus breath weapon. That is a save, so 4 damage. Alright. Jolliman, give me a percentile roll. And this is to tell me what this guy does. Well, he's going to blow his butt too. Sir Finfall and Jolliman both give me saves, breath saves. Neither one of you saved?
Damn.
No. Actually, I should have just... Oof. Wow.
Oh, this is hurting me.
Yeah. And let me check something. Okay. So, good to know. Good to know. All right. Gunthrud is moving into position. And I can't see anything with this, so he's gonna... Gunthrud would be yelling at you guys being scared of bugs. That's what he does. Jolliman.
I can't see anything because the
They're
trees
all
are
in
in
it.
the way.
Yeah. You have to get close to see them. And just imagine there's vines and things everywhere, and you just can't see around all the stuff. There's vines hanging down. There's vines growing up. They're coming out from the sides. And unless you're just right underneath them, you're not going to be able to see them. You know they're in that direction because that blasted cloud, the vines were blasted up when the sound, echoed through. Everybody heard it. There was no doubt of that.
Well, instead of attacking, I'd like to cast a heal on myself. Can I do that?
Did you have a heal lined up, or a
No,
cast?
I had a spear. I rolled initiative on spear.
Okay, so no, you can next round. But if you want to move, or if you want to move in and stab, or back up, you can do that.
I can't see them, so I don't know where to go. I'm just gonna.
They're in front of Sir Finfall. In fact, Sir Finfall can't even see him very well. In fact, he may not even be able to see him at all. Can you see him, Sir Finfall?
I could sort of see one, maybe.
Okay. Yeah, right there. All right, Jason.
I really have no idea what's going on, so I'm just gonna move up next to Gunthrud.
Okay.
It's paused.
Oh, why am I pausing?
I can hand Jolliman a potion of healing. Is that allowable?
He hasn't done anything other than stand there. So yeah. You
want
move
that,
forward
Jala?
and hand off a potion.
I'm gonna hand off a potion to you.
I have one actually.
Oh, you do? All right. Then I'll just Can I get past Jala?
Yeah.
All right. I still can't see anything, so I think I'll just.
Yeah, Jason, Sir Finfall, you can be certain that whatever it is that's in front of him, he is going to try to move into a position of there. That's about as far as he can go with all the people everywhere. All right, Sir Finfall.
All right, I'm going to try to step in and attack this one.
Okay, do so.
And then after that, I mean, if he ends up doing more damage, I'm going to have to back off. Okay. So target this one.
Oh, that's a hit. Ooh.
Didn't kill him.
No,
Okay.
goo went everywhere, though. Why is Jason going again?
I delayed my action.
Yeah, you move more than 10. There's nothing you can do after that. There we go. Gun through. Yeah, so everything that Arcus has is going to be useless. He can't really do anything, so don't expect anything from him here. Looks like our beetle is going first. They've all farted, so he's going to move forward and attempt to bite you with his mandibles, and he misses. Gunthrid was casting a heal on Jolliman. Cure that wounds. Let's hope for not a bad roll, and not so good. Jolliman,
Cure light on myself.
you having a problem?
Am I targeted on myself? I can't tell.
I don't know what color's your target. Red? I don't know. I mean, hit the button, see what happens. I mean, you can right click on yourself and hit the target thing, and it'll do it. Or you can double
that's
right
not
click. I
working.
think. What do you mean? What's not working? I mean,
Okay,
I'm
there
seeing
I
the
go.
red. Sorry. Oh wow, 2 2s.
Yeah, it wasn't working.
All right, so Finfall,
Okay, I'm going to attack that same bug.
go for it. Oh, that hurts. One beetle down. All right, Jason.
I'm gonna step up and swing at Beetle.
All right, I want to move you because you can't see very well. Oops, what did it do you there? I did not put you there. I want you here. There we go. Good as I can get, sorry. You're right on a beetle. Why won't it let me move that stupid beetle?
Oh, another one.
Uh-oh, yep. Yeah, Arcus can't do anything from back here. None of his spells will let him do anything, so... We have, this beetle is going to move to here. Target Sir Finfall and attempt to snap at you with his mandibles. That is a miss. Since he has a new target, he's going to attack Jason with his mandibles. Ooh, that's a hit. It is.
Ouch.
For 5 damage. Arcus doing nothing. Sir Finfall.
I'm going to target this new one in front of me.
Okay. Oh,
Oh,
not a
that
1.
sucks. Okay.
Better than
Not
a
a
one.
1 at least. Alright, he's going to return the favor. Oh, that's a miss. Jason.
Swinging again.
That's it.
All right.
Ow.
They're pretty tough.
And does it look like Sir Finfall's fighting one?
Both of them are.
I would like to move up. I can't see them, so I would like to move up to where I think I can hit the one that Sir Finfall is fighting, and attack it with my spear.
The place that they're at is about as wide as you can. I mean, we can move you up close to them, but yeah, that's not going to happen. There's no
Okay,
with the
that's
way
it.
the vines are. It's really hard to move you in a position there. Now, if you have a spear, and I think you do, I've always allowed people with a spear fighting from position. Although these guys aren't tall enough, never mind. If these guys were to where you could stab around Sir Finfall
That's
and
fine.
not hit him,
I'm fine where I am. I'll just cast a heal next round.
okay.
That's good.
Okay. And it's very tight quarters in here. That's kind of what it's supposed to make it feel a little claustrophobic. He is just going to try to bite at you. Actually, oh no. Give me a percentile roll, Sir Finfall. And you want 51% or above. It's been 3 rounds. Okay, you're lucky. He decides not to fart in your face. He decides to try to bite you. And missed.
All right, I'm going to return the favor.
Ooh.
All right. Damage? Not enough, apparently.
Oh, almost. Solomon.
Healing, Sir Finfall.
Not bad. Jason. Oh, that's a hit. You guys are doing good now. You got the ones out of the way.
Yay!
Yeah.
And Gunthed really can't do squat. So he's going to move up, pull out some bandages, and as soon as the combat over, he's going to move in and try to bandage up Sir Finfall with this healing proficiency. But he can't do it right now. Dead. This one is not. Give me a percentile roll. You want above 50%. Look at that. That's an 83 again?
Nice. Yes.
Did you roll an 83 last time? I'm
I think it
scrolling
was
back.
like an 81 or an 82.
Where was it? I know I saw that.
It was an 84 before.
Oh, wow. So close. That's so close to the same anyways. That's what I know. All right. So he's going to just try to bite you again. Dumb bug. The other two, when they died, they kind of did the same thing. They turned to jelly and melted away when that marking on them that looked like the lizardmen, it kind of ignited and turned purple, and smoke and black come off of it. And that was a miss. Sir Finfall.
All right, I'm going to attack him.
Oh, that's a hit. Oh, I know what's going to happen.
And there we go.
And that is the last of the Beetles. Gunthed moves in, attempts to use the healing proficiency. Oh, you got to be kidding. Come on. Okay, well. So he's going to, instead of doing that, he's just going to throw out some heals while we're here. Because that's what he would do.
Thank you,
Oh.
Gunther.
Yeah, followed by one. All right, that's what Gunther does. I want to, let me see. What's that going to do? I don't think they have any loot on them. In fact, they melted away, so we'll do that. You do see the obelisk behind them. Looks much like the other one that you seen before, but you don't see any markings on this side of it.
I'm going to walk around and check it from different sides.
Okay. You look at the other side, and there is a depiction of what looks like a scarab, maybe. And you see underneath it 3 hieroglyphs.
Do they look the same as the ones that we saw before?
Did you write them down?
No.
Give me an intelligence check.
All right.
They do have, they look similar to the first 3 of the other one.
Okay, so we just have a different symbol on top of them.
That's what it looks like on this one.
Right. Do I have anything to write this stuff down? I don't think I do.
You got paper?
That's what I'm looking
Papers?
for. No.
Got
Nope.
charcoal?
Does anybody else? Or anybody that's smarter than me that has a higher intelligence? Because it was pure luck that I got that.
Well, you would think that someone like Arcus would have that, but being as he was a DM PC generated on the really quickly, he's got bare essentials right now. Sorry.
My intelligence is 9, so
Yeah, mine's lower than that, so...
He could tell you how to make put some kind of light sort of papyrus over it, and then use charcoal to kind of get a rubbing. But he doesn't have either one of those things to do that with.
Yeah, neither do I.
Yeah, my intelligence is 10, so.
all right, Einstein, stop showing off.
All right, I want to take a closer look at the obelisk. Is there any kind of... No other writing, but like any other controls, buttons, switches, secret doors, compartments, anything that I can find?
You don't see any. It seems to be like a very crude obelisk that has probably been here for a very long time. It's worn from just weather. It's been around so long.
All right, well, I can't tell anything else from this, except that it was protected by some fart beetles.
Yeah, dangerous beetles.
They were, man. There's an actual fart monster somewhere. It farts out stinking clouds. I remember that from back in the day when we were playing Blade. I don't remember what it was, but I remember Joel and Jeff making a lot of jokes about it.
There's another path up here that we didn't take, right? Down there somewhere.
Well, it was a dead end.
No, I mean further to the south, where when we first came into this tree area. Couldn't we go right?
So go back left or west from where we are now.
Yes.
Oh yeah, we can go down that way.
When you guys get to that point, the vines and the ground begin to shake. You see some of the vines start reaching down from the top and kind of like grasping at your armor or your arms, pieces of your backpack as you kind of moving through. Gunthrud and Arcus were moving up here with you. Although Gunthrud is pretty short, so it doesn't seem to be bothering him, although he can definitely feel there's rumbling on the ground. And just as all that is happening, you see this massive shambling mound of vegetation to the south right here. And that's where we're going to leave it for tonight.